Ultimately, we serve ourselves. Why do you think people serve God? Because serving God induces high pleasures of meaning, fulfillment, purpose, and comfort. Because they desire heaven and fear hell. We serve ourselves, and that is fine. We cannot serve ourselves without also caring for the well-being of others. The propagation of empathy and compassion is in the interest of one who can suffer. The promotion of respect for sentience is in the interest of a sentient being. A humane society is in the interest of one who can feel pain. These fundamental interests necessitate concern for the well-being of others. The corrosion of empathy and compassion is not in the interest of one who can suffer. The undermining of respect for sentience is not in the interest of a sentient being. The normalization of cruelty and brutality is not in the interest of one who can feel pain. These fundamental interests necessitate concern for the well-being of others. We are precedent-based creatures. Every action establishes, reinforces, or undermines a precedent that will inform the behavior of others. Exercising concern for the well-being of others is a great way of ensuring that the precedent one establishes is a rationally desirable one with regards to one's own treatment and capacity for suffering. We are social beings. Meaningful social relations are crucial to our well-being and happiness. Propagating the capacity for empathy and compassion within oneself is essential to the pursuit of such relations. Propagating the capacity for empathy and compassion within oneself is essential to an optimal existence as a deeply social being. These capacities greatly enhance social existence for the social animal. They should be nurtured accordingly. And so is born the strong connection between one's self-interest and concern for the well-being of others. It should also be remembered that every action is a justification, a universal endorsement of its fundamental essence. Exercising concern for the well-being of others is an excellent way of ensuring that the justifications our actions represent are rationally desirable ones with regard to our own treatment and capacity for suffering. Caring for the well-being of others is an essential component of our fundamental interests. Such concern for the well-being of others can also give rise to high pleasures, among them meaning, purpose, fulfillment, contentment, and satisfaction. There are no selfless people, only people who are selfish in different ways. Some ways are more rational than others, and these ways lead a selfish person to selflessness. The word selfishness can still be employed to describe short-sighted self-concern, which lacks this rational edge. Its colloquial employment certainly describes a mixture of the two: destructive, misled self-interest and self-interest broadly. Selfishness can be used to describe a form of deeply flawed and confused self-interest which fails to recognize the value that caring for others has to the self. One of the most dangerous misconceptions of all time is the idea that self-interest and concern for the well-being of others are conflicting forces. They are not. They can be reconciled perfectly. Self-interest is not incompatible with caring for the well-being of others. Self-interest is the rational basis of caring for the well-being of others. Self-interest makes caring for the well-being of others a rational necessity. Let us finish with one final maxim. It is in the interest of a being who can suffer to exist within a society that opposes suffering. a society that despises suffering, a society that finds suffering detestable and reprehensible. The actions of one who can suffer should reflect this noble maxim. That is the society that we must all march towards. The actions of one who can suffer should reflect this rational pursuit, this attempt at creating such a society.